Welcome back to another video. Here we have the fifth fight of the night. We've got Ja in the pink gloves. We've got Devon in the white gloves, black shirt. Devon, I believe he wrestled in high school, maybe wrestled in middle school, something like that. He's got some good wrestling. You just don't see it often because he usually focuses his time on Thai boxing. And I believe he's working on taking Thai boxing fights. But I talked enough smack to get him to come into some MMA classes, kind of get that itch going, and so he's been having fun doing new things, and it keeps you from burning out, mixing it up a little bit. So I say, hey, obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times, keep it light to the head, stay in bounds, let's go, and these guys are getting it started. Ja has actually been taking some more jiu-jitsu classes. I talked enough smack to get him also into the Friday MMA class. And when you feel good on your feet, and then you get grappled up for the first time, and you don't feel good with that, it really makes you want to cover some holes. Whether these guys end up taking MMA fights in the future, or if they just stick in a striking, who shall know? But, you know, it's one of those things. You got to know how to grapple. You got to know how to avoid being taken down if you want your hands to mean anything. So good control on that knee. Devon getting it in. I've been working a lot with him, trying to get him to mix up shots. A lot of times when he would square up, he would throw really good hands, but no kicks, no knees, nothing. And then he'd step in and he'd throw some good kicks, but he wouldn't really mix it up. So I've been trying to get him to, paint the canvas is what we call it. Mix that knee, and we're seeing a lot of that. That's a new thing. We haven't really seen him spar with that knee that much, and he's got a good level of control on it. But now we're seeing him, he's mixing the hands, he's getting the kicks in there as well, he's getting the knees in there. Give your opponent something else to think about, and you're going to find your hit rate, instead of getting blocked 80% of the time, you're going to start hitting 80% of the time. So pretty easy takedown. Devon backs him up on the cage, grabs the legs, double leg takes him down. He is on top. Really important to kind of set the tone, especially in the first round. If you have takedowns, you want your opponent to really know that, so that it's just one more thing for him to think about. He's thinking about the knee, he's thinking about the kick, he's thinking about the punch, now he's thinking about takedowns. So they kind of get lost in the corner here a little bit. When you get a takedown, I do want to see more damage. I want to see more body shots. I want to see you do something with the takedown. Obviously, we're controlling the intensity, so you're not trying to slam anybody through the mat, but you want the takedown itself to have an effect, and then when you get on top, you want to do something with it. Did you get into a better position? Did you fatigue the guy out? Did you get some shots in? Things like that. Do something with the takedown. Don't just lay on somebody. And I think that, the education of judging is getting a little bit better over time. You can't just lay on somebody. So, Ja has been known to get a little frustrated in sparring if he's just getting bad exchanges or spending a lot of time on his back. This is a good moment for him to try to fight through that stuff and try to keep a clear head. Can he defend the takedown? Can he get back up? And then can he be effective with his hands? He does have some size and some weight and some reach advantage on Devon in the white gloves. So hopefully he can use that, but Devon's mixing it up. I'm seeing leg kicks out of him. I'm seeing him change levels. I'm seeing him go for the shot or just keep you thinking about the takedown. And like I said, you're going to find that the percentage of your techniques that are hitting, it's going to go up. If you only throw head kicks, well, I'm going to start blocking that. I'm going to start countering it. But if you're going high, you're going low, it's really a lot to think about. So let's see how Ja answers back. He puts a little bit of power on it. It's a little bit in there. Nobody's getting hurt, but, we just want to keep it controlled. See that frustration coming out. That is going to be the end of the first round. This is three 3-minute rounds. Alright, so just a little video artifact, since we had to pull the footage off of the security cam, just a touch of overlap there, but things should be straight from here on out. So, like I said, that was the end of the first round. Really good exchanges. I'm very impressed with Devon. Again, I think he's one weight class down. Here we go with the ring girl showing us round 2. Good job, Eric. Eric did a fantastic job on that. But he's got less reach, he's got less weight. So the size advantage is definitely there, but the way that he's mixing things up, it's fantastic. And maybe we're seeing Ja be a little bit frustrated here, not able to do as much as he wants. This is definitely a lot different than sparring. Sparring, we're getting out there, you're getting a workout in, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're working on whatever. That's fine. It looks like Devon came in here and said, okay, I know he's got reach advantage. I know he's got good stand-up. If I can mix in that wrestling and really make him think about that, you can really control the fight. So it looks like Devon came in here with strategy. One of my favorite lines out of Art of War by Sun Tzu is, tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat. You got to have the strategy, and that's one of the things I want to encourage a lot more as these mock fights continue to go on and on at the last Friday of the month. So good exchanges back and forth. They're checking. We're going high. We're going low. I'm seeing some hands. I'm seeing some feet. See a body kick right there. It is more of a risky move just to throw that body kick out there, just to throw that leg kick without setting it up. I really would like to see the hands start to set up the feet. But on the bright side, what's happening? Ooh, Ja gets in there. Good body shot. He's getting the hands going. He's getting a little bit loose. Can we see some offense coming out of him? Or is the takedowns, is it taking their toll as far as fatigue? Is he worrying about getting takedowns? We're going to have to see that. Devon opening up. We're seeing some hands. We're seeing some leg kick. Changes level. Go to the body. Ja answers back. There we go. A little bit of power on there. When Ja gets frustrated, he throws a little bit more power. It's not too much. I'm fine with this. Otherwise, I would have stepped in and controlled that. I think that is fine as long as they keep it light to the head. But, you know, when Ja gets frustrated, you're just going to kind of go back. You look at the tools that you have in your bag, and, you know, either it's technique or maybe it's power or some combination there between. That's what we're seeing. I'm wondering if it's fatigue or if you're just getting just a little bit of gun shy that Ja does not want to commit and possibly getting taken down. I'm thinking that Devon's probably going to look for something like that. There it is. There's a takedown right there. If you feel like the fight is shifting, that you're not having all the control that you want standing, if you have that takedown in your pocket, you can definitely rely on that. And then if we talk about judging, you know, if you have judges where the fight's close, well, he got a takedown, the other guy did, and that could be enough to tip it in the favor. So I definitely would give the first round to Devon. Those takedowns were good, although he didn't do a ton with them. He was able to get them at will. And then here, he is on top. The action's a little bit obscured. Devon's still on top, looks like. That is correct. Getting some shots in. I really want to see folks do something with the top position, not just sitting there. You know, get some strikes in, get some body shots in, maybe go for an armbar, maybe get something done. In the future, when we're not using the security cam, when I'm back on the usual streaming phone, things are better. Now we do see, it's probably later in the round, we see Devon going for what looks like a guillotine. He does get rolled for it. That is a risky move in mixed martial arts because we're using boxing gloves, but in an MMA fight you're using the small gloves. You get rolled on bottom, you get hit twice. That could be a cut that could finish your night. So if there's 5 seconds left or 10 seconds left, that's something I would consider. But we have a lot. Looks like there's a lot more time to go. Good body shot. Ja throws that. That was good. It landed. He goes back to it. It lands again. Something you're going to have to deal with. He catches the kick. Devon catches the kick. Wasn't able to do much with it. We're going to need to see Ja mix it up a little bit. He's mixing up the body shot. Okay, finish with the kick. Let's see something. There we go. Now we're getting that leg kick. And that is the end of the second round. So this fight is really getting interesting. The takedowns are absolutely a factor. Ja has to find a way. You know, you can't just be gun shy the entire time. That's a great way to lose a fight. You got to get something in there. You got to get some progress. Those body shots might have been the best shots of the fight, 2 rounds considered. This one's looking good. Takedowns were big in the first round. That makes it easy to score for Devon. This one, you could possibly say that Ja got more done with the body shots. We did have some riding time with Devon on top. That is significant, even though we were kind of obscured from the camera. Again, these guys are keeping it light. They're not trying to go for a TKO or anything. But if that was not the case, I really think Devon could have got a lot more done. So this fight's a lot closer, or this round's a lot closer. I'd probably have to give the second one to Devon. And then if you want to give him any bonus points for, you know, the size disadvantage, this is a good fight. So here we go, round 3. Let's see how it goes. Open up with some leg kicks. I really want to see those set up with the hands. There we go. We're going high. We're going low. He fakes low, goes high. There we go. Some leg kicks as well. And he's going for the shot. Is fatigue a factor? Both these boys are in pretty good shape. It's just the element of the day. These guys can spar for rounds and rounds and rounds. And I know that Devon's been putting in a lot of running work. So I know that he's got the cardio for it. But, you know, can you keep the adrenaline? Can you keep that under control so you don't gas yourself out real quick? We've got Ja. Good slip to the outside. He tries to counter back. There you go. Big kick. Doesn't get much. Wasn't set up, so it did get blocked. Devon's got him in the corner. Is this fatigue, or is he just... Hard to say. Easy takedown. No defense. No sprawl. Nothing. Not pushing the head. Not going for a crossface. We're just going to ride this one out. There we go. Devon on top. Good control. I would like to see more done. Maybe setting up a submission. It is more difficult in the boxing gloves, so that could be a reason why they're not going for it. Um, but big control, causing a lot of fatigue, even if he's not getting a lot of damage. Really making a statement. I can come in here, take you down at will, anytime. Anytime they were standing, it was because Devon was choosing to do that. Now here we go. That's what I want to see. I want to see getting that escape, getting up, pressing your opponent into the cage. Possibly could jog at a takedown. He went for a little bit of a foot sweep there. I like the initiative. That's how you get better. They're back on the feet. They know this is the last round. We're kind of losing them in the corner a little bit. A little bit of dead air, but I'll take it. This very back and forth fight. This is one of those fights where the guys are going to get better for. Is this something that motivates you? After you see your footage, you're like, man, I spent a lot of time on bottom, a lot of time mounted, had no defense for the takedown. Is that something that's going to motivate you to train for the next one, so that next time you fight a grappler, that doesn't happen? That's yet to be seen. Very impressed with Devon. He was out for a little bit before this. He kicked me in the elbow, and I didn't know, but he had a tweak on his shin for a while, and that was through his shin guards, the beefy ones as well. But he went for a body kick, wasn't set up, and then he ended up kicking me right in the tip of the elbow. I didn't notice about that. But I think he was out for like a little bit. Maybe he didn't even run last week because of it. Kickboxing jacks you up, man. I tell you, boys, if you get jacked up like that and you want to throw some ice on it, just get in the habit of throwing ice on stuff before it becomes something significant, and you can probably cut your healing time down a good amount. Looks like we've got Devon on top. Some more time with the mount. This is definitely enough to buy him round 3 as we start running out the clock. Again, I'm not really interested in intervening too much. There we go. Was that the clock or was it a tap? I think that was just running out the clock. My goal in refereeing is really just to kind of mitigate injuries and things like that, not really to interfere, But all right, fantastic fight. I love to have those guys on the podcast. A lot of development from both of those guys, and I'm really interested to see how they develop as we do more mock fights in the future. Next up's Madeline, so we're going to jump into the next video. As always, appreciate y'all for watching. I'll see you in the next video.